We are at Neathholm, and it is time to level Tamari up to level 2. I decided that it might be a reasonable idea during Tamari's level up videos to also track her alignment dialogue shifts, because A, it's character development, and it'll sort of give you a little bit of an idea of what's going on from now until when we actually resume real videos. Follow the storyline a little bit, if you will. So, not much right now. Looks like I shifted to lawful just because I reveal the light of heaven to the mongrels. So, that's all we've done so far. Now, to the level up. Zen Archer, of course. And even though it's backwards, Tamari should be taking low religion because she has the better wisdom. Land should be doing athletics and either mobility or stealth because he's the one who has the better dexterity. I am preparing for life without land. And not only is life without land, I think land will be replaced by Minagho. So I'm a little worried about the just firepower that I'll be losing. But without land, I have literally nobody else for athletics. And so I'm also going to try to get some of these skills just in case. So I'm still keeping perception maxed. This is an even level, so I don't get the extra skill point to put into persuasion. I only get those at odd number levels. And the 3 points for these 4 skills this time are going into trickery, mobility, and athletics. Dodge in preparation for crane style next level. And I'm going to go wave the longbow for Tamari. I'm going to go wave the short bow for land, which in some instances I will definitely miss out the extra range. Longbows I think have a range of 50 feet, short bows are only 40 feet. But I think the times that I miss that extra range is just going to be too far and few between, so I can just give the best short bow to land and the best longbow to Tamari. One thing to note for our Zen Archers, the fact that a short bow does less damage than a longbow actually doesn't matter, because our bows will be doing damage based on our unarmed strike. And since Lan is a medium-sized mongrel, at level 4, his short bow damage will go up to 1d8. And at level 8, it'll go up to 1d10. So basically, starting at level 4, it's not going to matter that he's using a short bow. But this is Tamari. Way the longbow. And that is it. We have made it through the shield maze, which led into the Grey Garrison, where we confronted Minagho at the Wardstone. We got knocked out, and we have woken up in the Defender's Heart, and we are ready to level up to 3.
No one stands in my way.
In the shield maze, of course I did extensive reloading for various skill checks and things like that. However, I also did a reload for a fight. And it wasn't the water elemental. It was Hosilla. Hosilla crunched Sela. So I reloaded and redid that fight. Checking out our alignments, we mocked Land's appearance, and he came back with a mother joke, which it is what it is. Hopefully he doesn't get too pissed at us. we succumbed to the inner rage. This was when we were confronting Minagho. So for Tao Pai Pai, I did the angel for that. I revealed the light of heaven, and for that, this time I succumbed to the inner rage. I don't know what effect this will have. Hopefully everything will be okay. When we confronted Savamelica in the shield maze, we did reveal the light of heaven for that encounter. And we also basically trashed Minagho. After she crunched us, I said, oh, you will pay for that. So those are our alignment shifts since level 2. All evil. I approve. Let's level up. Level 3 for Zen Archers. Fun, fun, fun. Zen Archers finally become good at what they do. So, Persuasion, because it's odd number level. Perception. And the 3 this time are Stealth, Trickery, and Mobility. I want Mobility to 3 right away because that gets us the extra point of armor class when we fight defensively. Feat is Crane Wing. Crane style, sorry. Point Blank Master for Longbow. I'll have to remember that Land needs short bow for this. There we go. Our group has reached level 4. Since last time, when we awoke in the Defender's Heart, we talked to everybody in the Defender's Heart. We went to the Market Square, which is where we're at right now, and we completed this area. That we didn't go inside the house, but we got Ember, and more importantly, we found Kaylessa. And that is the Outcast quest. We found and killed Kaylessa, primarily so I can get this composite longbow +3. We haven't been to a merchant yet, and I haven't dropped it and picked it back up, so we still haven't identified it, even though Ember has Knowledge Arcana. I got this bow before I got Ember. So those are the primary reasons I decided to do Kaylessa first. Now, we still have the notes from Kaylessa somewhere. I don't know where they are. Kaylessa's message. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this at this time because I haven't been back to the Defender's Heart to talk to Thorn yet. Okay, so after doing this area, we left. We went to the Tower of Estrad, and we finished the Tower of Estrad. We need to go back to the Defender's Heart, tell Irabeth about the victory. After the Tower of Estrad, we did the Silken Thread Atelier, cleared that out, and then we're back at the Market Square. I found out that if you take this skill check over a log to cross the chasm, it's around here or something like that, and if you fail that mobility check, you die. Maybe it's just because it did enough damage to actually kill us, but I'm guessing it just, if you fail that check, you just automatically die. So I've decided to restore there. We headed this way first, talked to Hull Run, went back over this log, went around this way, found Raymond back here, got the Babao over here, came back around, went the other way across the log, went back to Raymond and went back to Hull Run, convinced Hull Run to leave Raymond alone. So that is the Feud of the Faithful. We need to go back to Raymond to tell him about Hull Run's decision. And that's where we're at. This point in the game, the only rest I've done is the forced one at Neathholm. So, there's that. Okay, let's look at Tamari. Our alignments. Okay, so we had already promised Minagho ruthless retaliation. That's where we left off. This is talking to people in Defender's Heart. We did a lawful decision with Staunton, another evil decision with Lan. I think both of these are with Sela. This was Woljif, and then this painful, chaotic one with Woljif. That's me attempting to flirt with him. And then there is a Steam achievement associated with this. This is the cultist in the Tower of Estrad who starts eating the letter. So I saved him. Later on, I'm going to save the halfling that's trapped in the canyon in the leper's smile. And then something I haven't done yet later on, apparently there's a Vrock somewhere which we're supposed to save. And then we're supposed to figure out what happens to them later in the story. So that's why I did this good check. And this one I think was pointless and was absolutely not necessary. Talking to Taldon told him to go to the Defender's Heart, but that's in character. So we got this painful good shift there. Alright, let's move along to the level up. Level 4 brings our stat bump. It will bring these things. So these will all go to 3 now. Plus perception to 4. And bark skin. And that should be all the decisions. There we go. At 12:39 on the 17th of Arodus, Tamari has reached level 5. We did so while going through the Arende party house and speaking with Aranka, which is the Starward Gaze quest. So, since last time, we gained level 4 in the market square while we were trying to resolve the dispute between Hullrun and Raymond. After that, we cleared a little bit more of the market square, namely the northeast part, where the notable encounters, of course, are the Necromancer and various undead, such as zombies, shadows, and ghouls. After doing that, we left and went up to the Pataxian wine cellar to take out some whites. Finally, we headed down to the Black Wing Library and rescued the Storyteller, as well as the Knights of the Flaming Lance. In doing so, we unlocked the Trickster Mythic Path. We took the free ride back to the Defender's Heart with the Storyteller, which takes some time, but at least there's no chance of random encounters and things like that. And after turning in some quests there, but before resting, we went out to do the Stolen Moon quest, which is Woljif's first companion quest. Finally, after doing all of that and wasting a few hours because I went back to the Defender's Heart needlessly once, we finally went back to the Defender's Heart and rested. The next day, we set out. We went back to the market square to finish the rest of the outside parts that I hadn't yet done, which is up sort of on the platform area where you get the thieflings. and then the mobility check to get down from there and getting that lower area, which is near the Brimarack house. After doing that, we finally triggered the Arende servant and set out with him to the Rende party house. We dealt with that. I did reload the battle to try to save all the courtesans, and that took many tries, which I didn't think it would take that many tries, because not in Tao Pai Pai's run, but in a couple runs that I was running, starting with the beta playtest, the beta patch while it was still in beta mode. But then I went back to 1.0.9 something. And when I specifically tried to save all the courtesans, because there's a Steam achievement associated with that, I successfully did so. It wasn't that big of a deal. This time, it took a lot of reloads to save all of the courtesans. And it's kind of needlessly so, because I already have the Steam achievement. I don't think there's any other things to get by saving all the courtesans. So, let's look at alignment dialogues and options. Let's see, where did we leave off last time? Probably we left off by threatening Lan. So I think these are talking with Sela after her companion quest. This is talking with Woljif after his companion quest, suggesting he should have killed Karasme. This is my attempt at flirting. I don't think it mattered, so that was a needless shift to chaotic. It hurts because I still need to unlock the Azada path. That's going to involve some more chaotic and good choices. This one. Save the hapless cultist? I thought I already did that. Are these no longer in order? Or am I just starting from the wrong place? Oh, okay. This is this is with the storyteller at the Blackwing Library. Disapproved of the would-be looter. I don't remember what that is. But okay. So this is unlocking the trickster path. Considered it wrong to celebrate in a city overrun with demons? Sure, I could see myself doing that. Yeah, this is Charisma again. So these are no longer in order. Well, that's gonna make this more difficult. Well, no, I guess that is in order, because I did the Blackwing Library, or I did Woljif's companion quest right after. That's the last thing before resting. So I did the trickster stuff before concluding Woljif's story companion. So I guess it's in the right order. And then the last thing is demanding payment from the trap thieflings. Okay, let's finally get to the level up. Zen Archer. Persuasion, perception, athletics, mobility, and stealth. The game seems to be using Tamari's stealth, even though Woljif has the better stealth. It's more annoying for Knowledge World, because Woljif has the better Knowledge World, but the game is using Sela's Knowledge World whenever I'm doing the reagents, which involves lots of reloading. I'm still going to take Crane Wing, even though 99% of the time, maybe even more, it is literally doing nothing for us. The times when it is helping, it tends to be very useful, and those times outweigh the downside of it doing absolutely nothing for most of the time. For example, the plagued Smilodons. Those things have a surprisingly high attack roll, surprisingly a lot of damage. Having Crane Wing helps for that. Plus, it's a prerequisite for this feat, which between now and the time that I actually pick it up, I should figure out how to pronounce riposte or riposte or whatever. But that is something I want to get. I don't know when I'll be able to get it, but it's definitely something I want because I need any kind of bonus on attack rolls that I can get. And this is effectively like weapon focus with a little extra because I might be able to take an AOO sometimes. That's all we get. It is fairly early in the assault on the Grey Garrison. We have just defeated the first mini boss. Oh, Theory Rubo or something like that. He's the alchemist. It is pretty late in the day on the 19th of Arodus. In the Grey Garrison, this is first area. We took some stairs up, which led us back to the stairs down here, and now we're making our way around in this area. Since last time, let's see, where were we when we made level 5? We made level 5 at the Rende Party House, I do believe. And after finishing up there, namely after recruiting Dayran, we went to Gorm's Mansion, then we went to Topaz Solutions, then we went to the Tirabade Manor, we went all the way around for the various reagents, which are right near Gorm's Mansion, but on the other side of the chasm, so you gotta go all the way around. Alright, so after doing all that, we went back to the Market Square, where we finished up with the Desnan Adepts, Starward Gaze. So we resolved that situation, no blood was spilled. Then we went back up to the temple and actually talked to Thal and Aranka and Ilks. And that gave us the scene where we could potentially unlock the what's it called? The why am I forgetting the name? Azada. The Azada path. So we unlocked the Azada path, which involved a good and a chaotic. Plus resolving all this took a good choice, and it was icky. By this time, we were finally fatigued. I think that was basically from picking up stuff. We were sort of oscillating between light and medium load, and I did that so many times that eventually everyone became fatigued. So we rested in the market square, and that got us the this errand. Well, yeah, it got us this errand. Then eventually we made it back to Defender's Heart. Eventually, when did we do that though? We didn't do that right away. So after resting at the city market, we went to the inside places. So we defeated the Shadow Demon. We summoned the Vrock, defeated the Vrock, and went inside, defeated the Brimmerak. And then we finally went back to Defender's Heart and sold stuff. We weren't fatigued yet or anything like that, so we went to another place. I think the Tower of Esra. Picked up loot that we left behind. Sold that. We still weren't fatigued at all, but I decided to rest anyway, and that took 11 hours of rest, and then we got the assault on the Defender's Heart. So we attacked that with fresh resources, not a problem. And then before resting, headed back out to the market square. Searched that map again to find the new combats, namely the plagued horses, some rat swarms, and of course the Nabasau demon. Apparently on Top High Pie's run, I got pretty lucky in defeating that, because the first time on this one, instead of leading off with an enervation, he led off with a mass hold person. And that was awful. Eventually I was able to slumber the Nabasau, but I couldn't get anybody up there to actually deliver the coup de grace, and the ghouls were basically taking out all of us. And so I reloaded. This time, the rest of the party was far enough away so that the mass hold person only affected Sela, and she failed her save. But I was able to get Woljif up there. He delivered the coup de grace, which failed, but I was still able to take out the Nabasau demon. So it took 2 attempts this time around. So after taking care of that, we headed back to Defender's Heart and began the assault on the Grey Garrison, and here we are. We just defeated the Alchemist, and that was enough to get us to level 6. Bio. So we started, or last time, around here or so. Either here or here or so. So yeah, we did a good alignment shift when we resolved the Desmond Adepts and the Inquisitor situation peacefully. A chaotic and a good shift by opening up the Azada path. We talking Darren back to the Defender's Heart. We got an evil shift. Didn't seem to do much. And then when I was back tackling the Market Square after the assault on the Defender's Heart, one of the tieflings, the tiefling that was trapped under the rubble, was still there. Maybe I just didn't notice that last time. So I saved him again, which took another good shift. And he told us about some treasure at the foot of the stairs where he's found. And that's pretty good treasure. There are a couple scrolls. I don't remember which scrolls. There are also a couple wands. Reduced person. And no, that's from the Desnons and the Asada Path, and a wand of invisibility. There are also some scrolls in here. I don't remember which ones though. Alright, so that's where we're at. Let's go and do the level up now. Here we go. Zen Archer. Trickery. Let's do athletics and mobility. And perception, of course. Alright, Tau Pai Pai took Scorching Ray here. And, ugh. At least this is a swift action. I mean, I can't possibly see me spending 2 points for my keep pool as a standard action. You can still fight defensively, I guess, when you do that, so it's not like it's terrible. But it's hard to imagine a situation where I would be better off with Scorching Ray compared to just firing arrows. It's also kind of hard to imagine a situation where I need the extra speed, but at least that's a swift action. With this, if we have time to set up, I might do this. But it's just one attack. And there's almost no way I'm going to do that during combat. So this would be like a pre-combat situation only, and you only get that for one single attack. And one single arrow isn't really going to be the difference, especially at the beginning of a battle. I'll do sudden speed. I don't think I'll ever use it, but I don't really see me using these either. So, let's do it. Okay. Bonus feat. Last time I took improved precise shots. I am thoroughly disappointed with that. I'm going to take deflect arrows. It's It's a defensive feat. I could take combat reflexes, but I'm already having problems with feats anyway, so if I take combat reflexes, then I'm going to want to get seize the moment, and I don't know where I will fit that in as far as the feats. There's just too many feats that I want. So I'm going to take the sure defensive thing. Especially help against, because Crane Wing doesn't help against arrows. So, you know, I can get... Oh, it doesn't work when you're flat-footed, though. That's alright, I'm still going to take deflect arrows. Alright. There we are. There's Tamari, level 6.